Hey everyone, Mac is back, and today we're going to go over the commanders in the Siege of Winterfell and the actual skills that they have. I went over; they all been revamped from before, which is I guess good and bad depending on how you look at it. It's more balanced, I believe, and I think that's what they really wanted. So we're going to go over that. I already went over the free-to-play ones, so we're going to go over what the mid to or low to mid spenders would be able to do or would want to use. Some of them would be repeated because of the free-to-play ones. As a any spender, you're going to be able to have those as well. Although I'll go over there much quicker, and we won't waste our time too long on those. Today we're going to talk about Seg, Salma, Gorell, Leila, and Arya. Let's get to it. So first of all, we're going to talk about Seg. And I want to preface this by what I'm going to be going over are basically 4 different things. The first thing is going to be the rage cost. Second will be the cooldown. Third is going to be the skill the main skill that they have, the most important thing, and then also the actual bonuses that they get as well. Something I'm not going to go over is the amount of troops that they actually bring to battle. If that's definitely a factor that you need to take into consideration when you have these commanders, because if you're looking like here, Seg 21,000, you want to make sure that they're all level 10 if you possibly can do that. Sometimes the skill will outweigh the amount of troops that you're going to bring, meaning that you'll want that skill more than you'll want those extra amount of troops to come with you into battle. So let's get into Seg. His rage cost is 600. His cooldown is 8 seconds. The bonuses are the total attack and total defense of 120% at gold. That's another thing I'm not going to go over too, is the quality of the, I assume that you have them at gold here if you're going to be doing this, because losing out on those bonuses not being gold is quite significant. As for his ability, it recovers the wounded in the commanded troops every second with a coefficient of 80 for 5 seconds. At the same time, increases the counterattack damage by commanded by troops at 400% for 5 seconds. So not too bad. The rage cost is right in the middle there. It's not 1,000, but it's not the 450. So kind of right in the middle. That's because I think 1,000 and 450 are the two bookends of the rage cost. The 8-second cooldown is actually very good. Most of these are 12 seconds, so I give that a very good score as well. The skill itself, I guess recovering wounded, I wouldn't have expected Seg to have something like this. And then the counter damage, well, that means that you have to be very, very specific about him attacking spear. So not really the best skills overall, but could be worth it for sure, depending on your other commanders and which ones you have gold. If you have him gold, he's actually not too bad. Looking at Selma, we'll do a quick comparison to like the previous commanders. So like the rage cost 500, very, very good. We're talking 100 less rage than Seg, so that's something that's very significant. But at the same time, we're losing the cooldown here. We're losing 4 seconds, and it's a 4-second more cooldown. So in essence, a rage cost and a cooldown are very similar, because you need to increase the rage to get to the 500, and then the ability gets off, and then the cooldown starts. So she can get her rage off quicker, but then she loses out on the cooldown aspect of it. Her skills at the bottom, her bonuses at the bottom: total health, cav attack, and spear attack. Very good, 320% you can see. So she's going to be one you'll be used either in a purely cav formation or a purely spear formation, or there is that opportunity now to be able to do a spear cav or a cav spear formation. So you have that opportunity with these commanders because of the bonuses that they have. She recovers wounded of the commanded troops with a coefficient of 660. When we compare that to Seg of 80, you're talking 660 for 5 seconds, so it's exactly the same, but hers is extremely more significant than his. So having that there, definitely better, way better than Seg when it comes to her bonus there. And at the same time, increases the cavalry defense and spear defense for the commanded troops for 300% for 5 seconds. So that also helps you if you're having a dual formation of cav and spear. It's going to increase those defense bonuses. But again, defense really not that great. So I like the recovery, but I don't like the defense in that aspect. We talked about Gorell before in the free to play. 400 rage, very low. Love that. Cooldown 12 seconds. That's the average for the most part. He's a spear commander, attack and defense, which is if you're going for that pure spear, and increases defense by 90-100%. Not very good at all. Probably as any type of spender, you're not going to have that in your lineup. Moving over to Leila, her rage cost is 700, so that's the most out of these ones so far. 4, 5, and 6. She is 7, so she's on the upper end, so it takes her a little longer. Plus her cooldown is 12 seconds, so it's as high as it goes as well. So hopefully you're hoping that her skill is really good. Her bonuses are cav, defense, health, and total attack. So she's going to be in your, if you're going to use her, she'll be in your cav formation only. Looking at her skill, reduces normal attack damage dealt by enemy troops in a circular area, max of 3 targets by 80% for 5 seconds, and at the same time increases the cav attack of the command troop by 900%. So that's a really, really good skill because she's targeting 3 troops. She's targeting 3 different groups there, 3 targets, and is an 80%. So that's for 5 seconds. So it's really good. And then also increasing the cavalry attack by 900% for 5 seconds. That's just stupid high damage. She's going to be if you have a cav lineup and you have her gold, you're definitely going to be having her in there because that is just a very, very good, a lot of power in there, she's packing a lot of punch, even though it takes a lot of rage and the cooldown is excessive. Last but not least, we look at Arya, and her rage cost is 550, so it's in the middle, kind of on the mid to upper side, I guess, in a sense. 10-second cooldown, we like that. We like the 2 seconds to come off of there. Her bonuses are the total attack and infantry defense. So you can with the total attack, you can put her in pretty much any lineup. But the infantry defense, she's more geared towards infantry. Deals skill damage to the target with a damage equivalent to 1800% of the troop's attack. So it's all about how much that troop's attack is. So if you have a lot of bonuses in there already with the attack, you're talking 1800%. So she's packing a pretty good punch as well for that one-time skill that gets off. Can do a lot of damage in that respect. So I do like her, even for if you're a medium to low to medium spender. I like her in maybe some of those infantry lineups as well. We're going to get to the other ones as well, the other infantry ones. And at the very end, I'll try to put lineups together based on all of everything that we've done, and to kind of show you what I would kind of do myself. And then you can mix and match yourself depending on what your commanders are and throw other ones in there as well. So until next time, knock out.